How's it going, guys? This is Roll Advantage. I'm your host and your DM, Dakota. Today we're going to talk about Bards, the mystic guy who is very charismatic and sings songs and tells tales of adventures that happened long, long ago. A bit of a lore master. So if you decide to watch this video all through, I'm going to tell you a tale of how you can be a great bard and sing some inspiration for your party. So, Bards, like I said, they are full spellcasters, which means that they can reach level 9 spells, such as your Wish and all of that stuff. And they are a little bit martial. So, unlike your Wizards and your Warlocks, they have a little bit more HP. They start off with a D8 as their HP die. They are proficient with light armor. They're quick on their feet, very dexterous. They are proficient with all simple weapons. And some other weapons that are martial, such as long swords, rapiers, short swords, hand crossbows, the likes. They get to start off with 3 instruments of their choice to be proficient in. So you can have your lute or your your electric triangle, if your game has that. Along with that, they have saving throws of dexterity and charisma. So again, they're light on their feet, very acrobatic. They can perform and, juggle flaming chainsaws while on a tightrope. And charisma, they like to talk to people. They are performers. They go out and play their music, which again goes with their performance skill. They can be very persuasive, the likes, just like that. And one of the few classes that can actually choose any 3 skills to be proficient in. They are going to start off with a rapier or a longsword or any simple weapon to start off with. They also get a diplomat's pack or an entertainer's pack. They get a lute or any other musical instrument of their choice. They also get some leather armor and a dagger. At level 1, they are getting the spellcasting feat. So it is based off of their charisma, which again ties into their charisma saving throws that they're proficient in. And they start off with a choice of cantrips from their spell list. And so they do have a full spell list because they are full spellcasters. And yeah, you do use your charisma to cast those spells for your attack rolls and the spell save DC. Also at level 1, they have Bardic Inspiration, so anyone within 60 feet of them, they can just point and sing or talk to them, influence them with their words, their music, and give them an inspiration die. And you can do this as many times equal to your charisma modifier per day. This inspiration die, starting off at level 1, is a d6, and so that person who has that inspiration die can roll any d20 for any check, so an attack roll, say a skill check, a saving throw, the likes, like that, and then roll that d6 along with it, and then add them together, and that's their total score. So essentially, if they can get a +6 on their roll, that also includes all their modifiers that they get. So if they're attacking, they can add proficiency to that attack roll, and then also their strength or their dexterity, what have you. So it is very nice. At level 5 for that d6 actually turns into a d8. At level 10, that turns into a d10. And at level 15, that turns into a d12. So a lot of good use right there. So you are a level 2 character at that point. That means that your proficiency bonus is 2. So any skill that you are not proficient in, you get a +1 since half of 2 is 1. You also get a Song of Rest at level 2. And what that lets you do is you can play your music during a short rest. And if you do that, any friendly creatures who are around you and that can hear your performance, they regain hit points equal to a d6, an extra d6 hit points. And so that also increases at level 9 to a d8, a d10 at level 13, and then a d12 at level 17. At level 3, you get the Bardic College, and that lets you go into either the College of Lore or the College of Valor. And so basically, do you want to know more or do you want to fight better? And I'll explain that at the end of this video. Right alongside level 3, you get Expertise. And so at level 3, for that Expertise, you get to choose 2 skills that you have proficiency in. Your proficiency bonus is doubled then for those skills. At level 10, you can choose another 2 skill proficiencies to get that benefit. So by the time you're level 10, you should have, I believe, a plus 4 for your proficiency bonus, if I'm remembering correctly. So you essentially have a minimum of +8 on those skills. At level 4, 8, 12, 16, and 19, you have the ability score improvement. And just like any class that usually gets them at those times, other than, I think, the fighter, you get to choose 2 of your ability scores, such as strength, dexterity, constitution, the likes, and you can assign 2 points to any of those skills. And so you can put 1 in dexterity and 1 in intelligence. You could put both of them in charisma. It's up to you. At level 5, you have the Font of Inspiration. So you regain all of your expended uses of Bardic Inspiration when you take a short or long rest. So it's no longer per day for that Bardic Inspiration. It is actually when you take a short rest or a long rest. And usually DMs will have you do a short rest about every encounter, maybe every other encounter. So you should be taking about 3 short rests a day. At level 6, you have the Counter Charm. So what this does is, during any time, you can use your action to actually give a performance to any creature that can hear you that are friendly. And during that time, as long as they can hear you, you have advantage on all saving throws against any mind-altering effects, such as Charm and Fear, I believe. So it is Frightened or Charmed. They must be able to hear you within that time, and this lasts until your next turn, at the end of your next turn. So at level 10, you get Magical Secrets, and so you get to learn 2 spells from any spell list. It can include the Bard list, it can be Wizard, which I think has the most, it can be Sorcerers, Warlocks, Paladins, anything you'd like, and those count towards the spells that you know for your limit. They become Bardic spells for you, and then also at level 14 and again at level 18, you get to know 2 more spells from your choice of any list. At level 20, when you roll initiative, for your superior inspiration and have no uses of your Bardic Inspiration left, you regain 1 use. So you get into the middle of battle, maybe you're caught off guard during a short rest, you don't complete it and get those resources back, and you go into a fight. You roll your initiative and you have another use of your Bardic Inspiration now. So the College of Lore, which is one of the Bardic lores that you can take at level 3, that is all about going to colleges and researching in libraries, trading secrets and other lore and rumors with bards, wizards, the like. And so you're getting all this extra knowledge coming from this and going to these various locations to actually learn more. So when you actually do take this college at level 3, you get bonus proficiencies. You get to choose another 3 skills of your choice to be proficient in. So that should bump you up to about 8 skills right there. So also at level 3, you get Cutting Words, and so anytime a creature within 60 feet of you tries to attack, do an ability check, or they deal damage, you can use one of your Bardic die and roll it, and subtract their total from the number that you get. So if they roll a 14 to, I guess, let's say, do an Arcana check for whatever reason, and you don't like them, maybe they're a foe, a rival, maybe they're the enemy and they're trying to locate some kind of spell, like an alarm spell, for an artifact, you can actually use your Bardic die and roll it and subtract it from them. So you can essentially make them subtract 6 from their 14 and they become an 8. At level 6 for the College of Lore, you get additional magical secrets, just like I believe at level 10, 14, and 18. It applies the same. So you get to learn 2 spells from any spell list, and you get to know them as Bardic spells. So it's not too bad. You're learning a bunch of spells at this point. So at level 14, you get Peerless Skill. And what this lets you do is you can actually use your Bardic Inspiration now for you when you're doing an ability skill. So if you're rolling, let's say Investigation, because it's a murder mystery, you can actually expend one of your Bardic dice that you could only use before on your party members and use it for yourself. Maybe you fell into a trap and now you're away from the party and you have to find a way out of here, and so you're doing your skills. That would be a perfect time to actually use a Bardic Inspiration die then. So the College of Valor at level 3 is all about fighters and trying to train a new set of adventurers to tell these great tales along with them. You're usually going to be at mead halls talking about how great you were in battle, defeating that red dragon, or maybe there was an illithid attack and you were there to stop them and you witnessed everything while fighting them. And so this now becomes a poem that you can actually have traced back to you when people in generations down below are going to be talking about it. So you have bonus proficiencies now at level 3 with martial weapons, medium armor, and shields. So you can get into the fray now and deal a little bit more damage. And take some also. Also at level 3, you have combat inspiration. So you can use a bardic inspiration die that you gave to someone and add that to the number of a weapon damage that had just been made. So no longer has to be just attack rolls or ability checks or saving throws. It can also be damage. So say you've got your fighter that has been hitting but not too well. Maybe they're just scraping the surface of their skin with their sword, dealing 1 or 2 damage. Now you can throw that bardic inspiration die at them and they can use that for their damage now instead of just trying to hit them. So this one's a little bit tricky. They get extra attack at level 6 with their College of Valor, and with their extra attack, they can actually take the attack action twice in one turn then. And it's a little off because most martial classes get this level 5. So at level 14, they have battle magic. And so whenever you cast a Bard spell, you can make a one additional weapon attack as a bonus action. So maybe you're throwing in a few spells here and there. If you do that and they are Bard spells, which they all should be, especially from your previous features at level 10 and 14 and 18, those will let you do one extra weapon attack then as a bonus action. So there you go, guys. Like I said, my name is Dakota. I am your DM. I thank you for watching this. Unfortunately, I haven't played with too many players that have been Bards. So I'm going to try and find someone that has played one, maybe get them in for an interview, and we'll also talk about the Unearthed Arcana versions of the Bard. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, who knows. It can only help me give you better content. See you next time. Bye.